ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. Today we are reading from Srimad-Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 7, Text 33. Before reading the verse, let's sing Jai Radha Madhav. जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, यशोदानंदन ब्रजजन रंजन, यशोदानंदन ब्रजजन रंजन, यमुना तीरावनचारि, यमुना तीरावनचारि, यमुना तीरावनचारि, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी, यशोदानंदन ब्रजजन रंजन, यशोदानंदन ब्रजजन रंजन, यमुना तीरावनचारि, यमुना तीरावनचारि, यमुना तीरावनचारि, जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, जय राधा गोविंद राधा गोविंद राधा गोविंद श्री राधे, जय निताय सच्चिनंदन गौर हरि, निताय सच्चिनंदन गौर हरि, जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा, जय प्रभुपदा, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल, निताय गौर हरि बोल। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र सदश्री श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस श्री भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, नामाचार्य श्रीला हरिदास ठाकुर की जय, प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय, श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय, वृंदावन धाम की जय, मथुरा धाम की जय, मायापुर धाम की जय, जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय, तुलसी देवी की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, सामवेद भक्त वृंद की जय। All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Shivaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today we are reading from Srimad-Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 7, Text 33. The verse is Tata sadhya tarasa darunam gautami sutam babandhamarsha tam raksha pashum rashanaya yatha. Read two more times. Tata sadhya tarasa darunam gautami sutam babandhamarsha tam raksha pashum rashanaya yatha. Tata asadhya tarasa darunam gautami sutam babandhamarshatam rakshah pashun rashanaya yatha. Word by word. Tatah, thereupon. Asadhya, arrested. Tarasa, dexterously. Darunam, dangerous. Gautami sutam, the son of Gautami. Babandha, bound up. Amarsha, angry. Tamraksha, with copper red eyes. Pashum, animal. Rashanaya, by ropes. Yatha, as it were. Translation. Arjuna, his eyes blazing in anger, like two red balls of copper, dexterously arrested the son of Gautami and bound him with ropes like an animal. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ashwatthama's mother Kripi was born in the family of Gautama. The significant point in this shloka is that Ashwatthama was caught and bound up with ropes like an animal. According to Sridhara Swami, Arjuna was obliged to catch this son of a Brahmana like an animal as a part of his duty, dharma. This suggestion by Sridhara Swami is also confirmed in the later statement of Sri Krishna. Ashwatthama was a bona fide son of Dronacharya and Kripi, but because he had degraded himself to a lower status of life, it was proper to treat him as an animal and not as a Brahmana. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Nama Shreshtham Manamapi Shachiputram Atra Swarupam Rupam Tasyagrajam Rupurim Mathurim Goshthavati Radha Kundam Girivaram Aho Radhika Madhavasham Prapto Yasya Pratita Kripaya Shri Gurum Tam Natosmi. Vandeham Shri Gurum Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्य देवम् श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान् पितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पातरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So today we are reading from Srimad-Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 7, Text 33. Tata asadya tarasa tarunam gautami sutam babandhamarsha tam raksha pashum rashanaya yatha. Arjuna, his eyes blazing in anger like two red balls of copper, dexterously arrested the son of Gautami and bound him with ropes like an animal. These we have been reading in these few verses, the son of Drona punished. That is the name of the chapter. Text chapter 7 in Canto 1. And it's a very unfortunate situation that we are witnessing here in terms of how a person with a great lineage like Ashwathama unfortunately got degraded to doing such a heinous act. So this is there is a very nice statement by Srila Narada Muni. It says that yasya yal lakshanam proktam pumsa varnabhivyanjaka tat yad anyatrapi drishyeta tat tenaiva vinirdishet. So what that means is that verse is saying that if we see a quality of a particular varna in a person born in a different family, then it has to be understood that the varna of that person is actually what he is showing, not the family in which the person is born in. So Krishna actually mentions in Bhagavad Gita as well, Chaturvarnam maya srishta guna karma vibhagasha tasya kartaram apimam vidhi akartaram avyayam. So these four varnas, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra, are based on guna karma vibhagasha. So it's based on guna, qualities, and karma, the activities of a person. So it's not, Krishna never says that Chaturvarnam maya srishtam janma vibhagasha. So not based on the birth of a person, in which family a person is born. Krishna says guna karma vibhagasha, that the four varnas are based on the qualities and the activities that a person is engaged in. And this is so here we see that even though Ashwathama is born in as the son of Dronacharya and Kripi, as Srila Prabhupada mentions in the purport, was born in the family of Gautama. So therefore, it's said in this verse, Gautami Sutam. So because he is born in a family of Gautama, his mother is being called Gautami because she is born in the family of Gautama, and Gautami Sutam is the son of Kripi. So Dronacharya and Kripi. So here we see that Dronacharya has got this qualities of this Rajarshi. So it is Evam Rajarshayo Vidu Sakale Neha Mata Yogo Nashta Parantapa. Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavana Hamavayam Vivaswan Manve Prava Manur Ikshravake Pravit. Evam Parampara Praptam Imam Rajarshayo Vidu Sakale Neha Mata Yogo Nashta Parantapa. So this the quality of Raja and Rishi are there in Dronacharya. That's why he was the guru teaching not only the scriptures but also how to use not only the Shastra but also the Shastra. So Shastra is the study of scriptures and Shastra is the weapons. So Dronacharya was teaching Pandavas and Kauravas both Shastra and Shastra, and he was therefore in the category of Rajarshi. Imam Vivasvate Yogam Puktavana Vivaswan Manve Prava Evam Parampara Praptam Imam Rajarshayo Vidu. So the knowledge, scriptural knowledge, is understood and executed by people who are in the category of Rajarshi, who have the qualities of Rishi. Rishi is, so what is the quality of Rishi? So we see in Srimad-Bhagavatam, there is the description given, Titikshava Karunika Suhridam Sarva Dehina Ajata Shatrava Shanta Sadhavo Sadhubhushanam. So this Rishi or Sadhu, what are the qualities of a Brahmana, a Rishi, a Sadhu? So Brahma Janati iti Brahmana. One who knows Brahman is Brahmana. So, and what is Brahman? This so Brahman is the understanding that everything is the Lord's. Everything is the Lord's energy. So there is nothing. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagad avyakta murtina matsthani sarva bhutani na chaham teshu avastita. So as Krishna says that by me, in my impersonal form, I am pervaded everywhere. Matsthani, and Krishna is present in the form of his energy everywhere. So this is the view of a Brahmana, and therefore Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Shuni Chaiva Shvapakecha Pandita Samadarshina. So this is the quality of Pandita, Sadhu, or Brahmana. So so the person may see different types of living entities, but always sees with the vision that everyone is a part and parcel of Krishna, and everyone has got their eternal relationship with Krishna, and it's only it's only a matter of time that they will realize their relationship with the Lord. So this is so therefore in that state there is titikshava, there is forbearance, karunika, there is a lot of mercy. So the sadhu, so forbearance, mercy, karunika, suhridam sarvadehinam. So is friend of all the living entities. Ajata Shatrava, and for him no enemy is born. Ajata is no one is born, Shatrava is enemy. For such a person, no enemy has been born. What is the reason it is said like that? Because the person sees everyone as a friend. Suhridam sarvadehina. Even when they are an enemy, this sadhu will see that person as a friend. Why? Because the sadhu understands that it is because of the external covering that this person is behaving in such a way, and therefore such a sadhu is so it's called the ornaments of a just like in the ancient times People wore different kinds of ornaments. It could be flower ornaments, it could be jewel ornaments, and that increased the beauty of a person. And similarly, how does the beauty of a sadhu? What is the beauty of a sadhu? What is the ornament that a sadhu wears? So that is what is mentioned in that verse in Srimad-Bhagavatam. Forbearance, mercy upon others, seeing everyone as a friend. Suhridam sarvabhutanam, the best friend. So even Krishna mentions Bhoktaram yajñatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhridam sarvabhutanam gyatva mam shanti mrichati. This Krishna, so one who knows that Krishna is the enjoyer of all the sacrifices and all the activities that we are doing. Bhoktaram yajñatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram. Krishna is the proprietor of all the universe. The whole universe is Krishna's. Suhridam sarva bhutanam. And Krishna is the best friend of all the living entities. One who knows this attains peace. Bhoktaram yajñatapasam sarva loka maheshwaram suhridam sarva bhutanam gyatva mam. One who knows Krishna as these three important factors, then the person achieves peace. So in this, we are seeing that the qualities of Brahmana, Satyam, Samadama, Titiksha, Arjavam, Jnana, Vijnanam, Astikyam, Brahma, Karma, Swabhavajam. It is mentioned by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. What are the qualities of a Brahmana? So truthfulness, Sama, equanimity, Dhamma, control of senses, Titiksha, Arjavam, Titikshava Karunika, Suhridam Sarvadehinam. So this is the same word, forbearance. Satyam, Samadama, Titiksha, Arjavam, simplicity, Jnanam, knowledge, Vijnanam, applied knowledge. So the knowledge that is applied is Vijnanam, Astikyam, and 100% faith in the Lord. So there is a word astik and there is a word nastik. So astik is someone who knows that the Lord is the controller and has 100% faith in the Lord. And nastik is someone who is averse to any type of activities that involves glorification of the Lord. So therefore, this Krishna mentions in Bhagavad Gita that namam dushkritino mudha prapadyante nararava maya paharita jnana asuram bhavam ashrita. So this is so that Krishna says that 4 kinds of people who are sinful never surrender to me. Namam dushkriti. What is happening is because they are doing activities that are sinful. So kriti, sukriti, and dushkriti. So kriti is any activity that we are doing. Sukriti is the activity that is pious, and dushkriti is activity that is sinful. And so, as we have mentioned in the previous discussions as well, there is karma, akarma, and vikarma. So sukriti is not akarma. Sukriti is pious activities, but with an expectation of getting something back in return. And when that expectation is there, there is the living entity gets bound. Any type of expectation binds the living entity. That's the reason for punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jatare shayanam, iha sansare bahudustare kripya pare pahi murare. As Shankaracharya says, that this material world, there is constantly one is taking birth and constantly one is dying. It's a cycle of birth and death. And the only way of coming out of the cycle of birth and death is kripya pare pahi murare. So when we get the costless mercy of the Lord, then the Lord takes care of making the living entity come out of the cycle of birth and death. That is mentioned. So Gaivi Yesha Gunamai Mama Maya Duratyaya Mameva Ye Prapadyante Mayam Etam Tarantite. Because Krishna is so powerful, everything related to him is powerful, including this Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Mana Shashtani Indriyani Prakriti Sthani Karshati. So the living entities are part and parcel of Krishna, and therefore the living entities have all the power. So even though the material energy of the Lord may be very powerful, the living entity is also very powerful. The only activity that the living entity has to do is Sharanagati. So that's this surrendering onto the lotus feet of the Lord. That is the most important activity that can be done in human form of life. And one of the greatest attributes here is that when this is done, even once, Sakradeva prapanno mam tavasmiti cha yachate abhayam sarvada tasmai dadami etad vratam mama. This is said by Sri Rama to Vibhishana in the Yuddha Kanda of Ramayana. So he is saying that even just once, if someone is with 100% faith, if someone is saying that I am yours, O Lord, tavasmi. If someone says that Sakradeva prapanno mam, prapanna. So that is the apanna samsrutim ghoram yannama vivasho grahan tata sadhyo vimuchyeta yad bibheti swayam bhayam. So this is so even the fearfulness is afraid of the Lord. So what if we can say that there is a personification of fearfulness, and what would be the biggest personification of fearfulness in this material world? It's death. There is nothing more fearful for a living entity in this material world than death. And so even that is when someone is chanting the holy name of the Lord, apanna samsrutim ghoram yen nama vivasho granan. So when someone is constantly chanting the holy names of the Lord, tata sadhyo vimuchyeta, so it's constantly in a liberated state. Yad bhipeti swayam bhayam. So even the personification of fear is afraid of the Lord. So abhayam sarvada tasmai. So that is what fearlessness. So just like how Arjuna is granted total fearlessness by Krishna. Arjuna initially when he's starting Kurukshetra, he's in the Kurukshetra war. He is not sure what to do. Should I actually fight with my own relatives on the other side? What am I going to gain? So he says, Rajyam Suranam Apichadi Patyam Nahi Prapashyami Mamapanudyat Yatshokamushoshanam Indriyanam Avapya Bhumau Asapatna Riddham Rajyam Suranam Apichadi Patyam. So Arjuna actually says that Nahi Prapashyami Mamapanudyat Yatshokamushoshanam Indriyanam. So he's saying that I am totally, all my senses are totally bereft of what I should be doing. I'm totally, so Sishyasteham Sadi Mam Tvam Prapannam. He actually says that Asapatna Riddham, Rajyam Suranam Apichadipatyam. So what am I going to do with all this Rajyam Apichadipatyam, this becoming an emperor or whatever, if I want to kill my own relatives on the other side. So Arjuna is in that precarious condition, and that's where Krishna is giving the instruction of Bhagavad Gita, and Krishna is providing fearlessness to Arjuna, that you do your duty. So karmanyevadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalhetulpur mate sangotsva akarmani. So Krishna says that the only thing that you should be involved in is doing your duty. Karmanyevadikaraste and ma phaleshu kadachana, without being expecting something in return. So for example, we are doing some activity and then we are expecting that we'll get this in back, we'll get that in back. When we are doing the activity with that frame of mind, then those activities are actually binding us. It is binding us to in the material world. So therefore Krishna says ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalhetulpur mate sangotsva karmani. So ma karma phalhetulpur, don't do the activities to get something back in return. Karma phala. So that is some fruitive activities. So mat phala karma heturgur mate sangotsva karmani. So someone might say that I'm doing all the activities and I'm not expecting any result. So why should I do activities? So Krishna says that no, you have to do activities. It's not that because you're saying that I'm not expecting any results, I won't do anything. No, the activities have to be done. Nahi kashit kshanamapi jatu tishteta karmakat karyate hi avasha karma sarva prakriti jair gunair. There's no time, not even a moment when we are not doing any activity. So even, for example, breathing is an activity. So involuntary activities are also going on. The heartbeat is going on. That is involuntary activity, but that is going on. So even if a person is totally lazy, they cannot say that they are not doing any activity. Or even if someone is sleeping, that is also an activity, even though it is an activity in mode of ignorance, like sleeping for a long time. Not the normal is needed, whatever is needed. For example, so yogastha kuru karmani. So Krishna says that so one has to yogat bhavati dukkha. So this is yukta ahara viharasya, yukta karma kaushalam, yukta swapnava bodhasya, yogat bhavati dukkha. So this yukta ahara viharasya. So that is important because the body has to be maintained. Body has to be maintained so that the body, mind, and all the material possessions that we have in the form of our external body, mind, intelligence, false ego can be engaged in the service of the Lord. So anasaktasya vishyan yatarham upayunjata nirbandha krishna sambandhi yukta vairagyam uchyate. Even though it is very difficult to practice yukta vairagya in this material world, but that is actually one of the beginning states. Until one reaches a state that one starts engaging everything 100% in the service of the Lord, and then there is no inclination to do anything else other than service of the Lord. But it does start with at least. So if we start with 1%, at least that 1% is there, and this is the greatness of the spiritual activities that we do. That it is never. So Krishna neha vikramana shosti pratyavayona vidyate swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. So Krishna mentions in Bhagavad Gita that neha vikrama nashosti prativayo na vidyate swalpamapyasya dharmasya. So even a little step, even a very small 0.00001%. Swalpam is extremely small. Swalpamapyasya dharmasya. There is the religious activity. So what is so dharma? Dharma is dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. So this is said in Srimad-Bhagavatam that dharma is the code of law given by the Lord Himself. So, for example, chaturvarnam maya srishtam guna karma vibhagasha. So this varnas, brahmana, kshatriya, vaishya, shudra. So it is based on the qualities and the activities that someone is doing. And in this case, even though Ashwathama is born in the family of a brahmana, but he was doing heinous activities. Unfortunately, he was in those 4 categories: namam dushkritino moda, prapadyante naradhama, because he is not surrendering to Krishna. Even after Duryodhana got in that state, and Duryodhana had so much support from Bhishma, Dronacharya, everyone, all the great Maharathis, and even after seeing that Krishna himself is supporting Arjuna on the other side, after seeing everything, even after Duryodhana got in that state where he was just going to die, Ashwathama still did not surrender to Krishna. Instead, he was increasing his level of sinful activity. So this is the unfortunate situation. This is so this is what is dushkriti. so sinful activity. So therefore, Krishna actually uses the word Muda there, unfortunately. So Muda actually means foolish. So the Shankaracharya also says in Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam, Bhaja Mudamate, Mudamate, Samprapte Sannihite Kale, Nahi Nahi Rakshati Dukkan Karane. So this Shankaracharya mentions in Bhagavad Gita, this Bhaja Govindam that worship Govinda, worship Govinda, worship Govinda. 3 times he's saying. And the next word he's saying is Mudha Mate. One whose mati is Matirna Krishna Paratasvatova, Mito Vipadyeta Graha Vratana, Adanta Gobi Vishatam Tamishram, Puna Punascharvita Charvanan. So mati is the intelligence. So one was Mudha Mate, one foolish intelligence, unfortunately. Why? Because Samprapte Sannihite Kale. So one is ending one's existence of human form of life. Nahi nahi rakshati dukkhan karani. So in that ending, when the life is getting ended, this grammatical Sanskrit grammar and everything is not going to help. So Shankaracharya actually composed this Bhaja Govindam when he saw that there was a very old, person. He's learning the Sanskrit grammar. He's trying to memorize the Sanskrit grammar, and then therefore he's saying that this learning of Sanskrit grammar is not going to get you out of the cycle of birth and death. So nahi nahi rakshati. It's not going to protect you. Dukran karane. Dukran karane is this learning of the Sanskrit grammar. So this is the namam dushkritino mudha. So we were in that. So that's why unfortunately it is the Krishna uses that word, that mudha prapadyante. So they don't surrender unto me. Naradhama. So Naradhama is the lowest among the mankind. Namam dushkritino mudha prapadyante naradhama maya paharata jnana. So one whose intelligence has been kidnapped, taken away by the material energy. And asuram bhavam ashrita. So one who is in a state of demoniac tendencies. So unfortunately, we see here that due to various, it's probably the circumstances, but at the same time, the circumstances a person cannot blame everything on the circumstances. It is very important to take personal responsibility of the situation that one finds oneself in. So and therefore maybe we can say that because now Ashwatthama did such a heinous act, and Krishna actually had to curse Ashwatthama as well, that you will suffer and you will be a Chiranjeevi. Chiranjeevi is one who will stay one who will not die until the end of this whole universe. One will continue to exist. But what Krishna said was, you will suffer. You will live as a Chiranjeevi, but every moment you will suffer. So this is because of the heinous activity there, and because he was doing it to Krishna's closest Pandavas. So Krishna actually mentions Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. So this is the promise that Krishna says, that O Arjuna, you give the promise on my behalf that my devotee shall never be vanquished. So when something is done to the devotees of the Lord, then Krishna never forgives. But eventually, with the mercy of another devotee, Krishna can forgive. So we see that in the incident of Ambarish Maharaj and Durvasa. So and this is a greatness of the devotees as well, as we discussed about the devotees. Ajata Shatrava, Suhradam Sarvadehinam Ajata Shatrava. So the pure devotees of the Lord are best friend of all the living entities, and there is no enemy born to them, neither in the past, nor in the present, nor in the future. They have no enemies, 100%. So we will actually see then that, basing on the example that we have seen in terms of the story of Ambarish Maharaj and Durvasa, Durvasa Muni, where Durvasa is actually disrespecting Ambarish Maharaj, mm, and then the chakra, Krishna's chakra goes behind Durvasa, and finally Durvasa has to go and back at the lotus feet of Ambarish Maharaj. So for Krishna says, so this is the thing. Yene bhakta jana partha name bhaktaschite jana mad bhaktanam chaye bhakta same bhakta mada. So Krishna says that in Adi Purana, that one who is my devotee is not actually my devotee, but the devotee of my devotee is actually my devotee. So this is the kind of the where Durvasa Muni then goes and falls at the lotus feet of Ambarish Maharaj and begs forgiveness, and then this chakra goes back to Krishna. So we see the story, and this is the quality of great devotee. So Arjuna had to do this because that was the situation, that was his dharma. So Srila Prabhupada actually mentions in the purport here, according to Sridhara Swami, Arjuna was obliged to catch this son of a Brahmana like an animal as a part of his duty, dharma. This suggestion by Sridhara Swami is also confirmed in the later statement of Sri Krishna. So we see in the next verse 35, we will see that Krishna is saying that Mainam Pathasti Tratum Brahma Bandhum Imam Jahi Yo Sav Anagasa Suptan Avadhin Nishi Balakan. So Lord Krishna said, "O Arjuna, you should not show mercy by releasing this relative of Brahmana, Brahma Bandhu, for he has killed innocent boys in their sleep." So this is and then in the following verses as well, there is a person who knows the principles of religion does not kill an enemy who is careless, intoxicated, insane, asleep, afraid, or devoid of his chariot. Nor does he kill a boy, a woman, a foolish creature, or a surrendered soul. So these are a person who knows the principles of religion. So I call Ashwatthama should have being born in a Brahmana family and knowing all the from Dronacharya, he should have known about all these religious principles. But he was so much under the control of anger that he totally forgot all his Brahmana qualifications. And this is what Krishna mentions in Bhagavad Gita: Dhyayato Vishyan Pumsa Sangas Teshu Pajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kama Kamat Krodho Vijayate Krodhat Bhavati Samoha Samohat Smriti Vibramat Smriti Bramshat Buddhinashat Pranashyati. So Krishna mentions how the fall down can happen. The fall down happens because it starts with Dhyayato Vishyan Pumsa, the one who is meditating upon the sense objects. And in this case, Ashwatthama was meditating upon the pitiable condition of Duryodhana, whom he considered his master. And he was meditating on that, is such a pitiable condition, and this is done by the Pandavas, so I have to take revenge on the Pandavas. He kept meditating on that. Then Dhyayata Visham Sangas Teshu Pajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kama Kamat Krodho Vijayate. So then he became angry. Krodhat Bhavati Samohat Smriti Vibramat. And then he lost his Brahminical knowledge. The whole Brahminical knowledge he got lost. Buddhinasha. So his intelligence got lost. Buddhinashat Pranashyati. Once the intelligence is lost, one is gone totally in terms of because the intelligence is guiding the living entity to kind of so mayeva mana adasva mai buddhim niveshaya. Therefore Krishna says that keep your mind in me and keep your intelligence also in me. Mai buddhim niveshaya nivasishyasi mayeva atha urdhvam na samshaya. So when this is done, when the mind and intelligence is given to the Lord, is kept in the Lord, then you will come to me. अथ ऊर्ध्वं न संशय ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्थ मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति रजस जघन्यगुणिवृत्तिस्थ अधो गच्छन्ति तामस. So this is the activities that Ashwatthama was doing was tamasic activities, unfortunately. Therefore he had to adho gachanti. Therefore he had to get the repercussions of those heinous activities that he was doing. And in this verse, so Srila Prabhupada also mentions Ashwatthama was a bona fide son of Dronacharya and Kripi, but because he had degraded himself to a lower status of life, it was proper to treat him as an animal and not as a Brahmana. Nivritti tarsay rupagiyamanat bhavaushadaat shotra manobhiramat kavatama shloka gunanuvadat vina kona virajyeta vina pashugnat. So this pashu word is used here, and there is a word pashugnat in that verse, and that verse is a very beautiful verse where it is mentioned that only a person who is unfortunately in an animalistic state of mind cannot involve in glorification of the Lord. So this is, and what does this glorification of the Lord help in? It says that nivritti tarsay rupagiyamanat bhavaushadaat shotra manobhiramat. So it gives one. So this tava kathamritam tapta jivanam kavibhiriditam kalmashapaha. So this nivritti tarsay, this material world is like a blazing fire of existence. So there is puna punas charavita charvananam. So there is so there is the so-called happiness is being chewed every time, and the so-called distress is also being chewed every time, chewing the chewed. So this singing the glories of the Lord, tava kathamritam, it's like a nectar. It's when we are discussing about the Lord, when we are chanting the names of the Lord, it is fully nectarian, and that is the actual medicine. It is said that it's the medicine to come out of the cycle of birth and death. Bhavaushadaat shotra manobhiramat. And it gives the mind, it engages the mind in such a way that the mind is in a blissful and peaceful state. Manobhiramat. It actually captures the whole mind. This is the greatness of the spiritual activities, that one comes out of this rat race in the material world where one has to somehow or the other survive. Not only survive, but sometimes even to go to a stage where one is trying to compete materially, and then it brings in a state of idam te guhyam akhyatam. So vimrishetyad asheshena yethechasi tatha kuru. So this Krishna says that you do whatever you want to do. Like in the end, Krishna gives all the instructions to Arjuna, and then he says that you do whatever you want to do. So that freedom is given to the living entity, and with the freedom, a living entity can either be fully or as much as possible be engaged in the devotional service of the Lord, or which will actually be a medication to come out of the cycle of birth and death. Or one can unfortunately be in a kind of animalistic state where one is not cognizant of this fact that one is eternal, and the only engagement that one needs to engage in is devotional service of the Lord. Everything else will be taken care of by the Lord. So, ye yatha mam prapadyanti tam stataiva bhajamyam. So this Krishna mentions yogakshemam vahamyam. So Krishna says that ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyam. So one who is constantly trying to ananya, constantly ananyas chintayanto mam. So constantly thinking about the Lord. Ye jana paryupasate. And one is worshipping the Lord. Tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyam. So I So Krishna gives a guarantee that I protect them, I give them what they lack, and I provide them whatever they don't have. So this is the uh, a devotee like Arjuna is in this state where a pure devotee and a best friend. Bhaktosi me sakha cheti rahasyam hi etad uttamam. स एवं मयाते अद्य योग प्रोक्त पुरातन भक्तोसी में सखा चेति रहस्यम ही एतद उत्तम. Because you are my devotee and you are my friend, I am telling you the secret. And the secret of anything can be understood only when one is close to another person. Otherwise, the secret can never be understood. The proximity with which two persons are in enables them to understand the secrets of each other. But if one does not recognize another person at all, what is the question of understanding the secret of another person? It's impossible. And that's why this impersonal philosophy has got, unfortunately, has got its limitations. Because the person is not recognizing anadrita yushmad angraya. In that, the person in the impersonal philosophy, one is not respecting the lotus feet of the Lord, because in the impersonal philosophy everything is one. So there is no separate Lord. So then that is causing a lot of troubles. Klesho adhikaras tesham avyakta sakta chetasam avyakto hi gatir dukham dehavadbhir avapyate. Krishna himself says it in Bhagavad Gita that the impersonal path is very difficult. Is full of difficulties. Klesho adhikaras avyakta sakta. So one who is attached to the impersonalism, the path is very difficult. Avyakto hi gatir dukham dehavadbhir avapyate. Why? Because even in the material world, we are based on personalities. We have a even though it is temporary, but still it is based on personalities. It is not impersonal. The material world is not impersonal. There is personalities. We are all personalities. So therefore, it's very difficult to be in the impersonal kind of state. And even if someone achieves aruya krichena param padam tata patanti yada anadrita yushmadangraya ye anya arvindaksha vimuktamaninas tvayasta bhavad avishuddha buddhaya aruya krichena param padam tata patanti yada anadrita yushmadangraya. So this is said in Srimad-Bhagavatam that one may reach the topmost state of this aham brahmasmi, this Brahman realization, but patanti yada, and has to fall down because anadrita yushmadangraya. One did not respect the lotus feet of Krishna. So in this case, what we can understand, the takeaways from this verse is, the first takeaway is that even if one is born in a particular family, it is not a guarantee that one gets the qualities in which one is born in the family in which one is born in. It actually depends on the activities and the guna and the qualities that the person has. So that's the first takeaway. The second takeaway is in terms of Arjuna, even though he is the pure devotee of Krishna, but in order to protect dharma, sometimes he has to actually do this kind of activity where he is binding a Brahma Bandhu like Ashwatthama with a rope, like controlling an animal. So because he has to do his dharma, he has to unfortunately do this. And the third takeaway that we can take from this verse is in terms of even though one might be in precarious conditions, because the devotees of the Lord are titikshava karunika suhridam sarvadehina ajata shatrava shanta, because these are all the ornaments that the sadhus wear: forbearance, mercy, being the best friend of all living entities. For them, no enemy is born at any point of time, and they are always peaceful. So these are all the qualities. And because these qualities, Krishna gives these qualities profusely in all the devotees, all the pure devotees, they actually, on behalf of Krishna, they have that power to forgive the sins of even someone like Ashwatthama, and everyone will have that hope that someday one can come out of this material quagmire and be in association with the Lord, chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So thank you very much for listening. If there is any comments or questions, we can discuss it. Please type in the comment section here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So thank you very much. Looks like there are no comments or questions. Thank you very much, Dinadayal Prabhu. Yes, I think, you're saying that I like the point you made, how even the suffering is like chewing the chewed. Yeah, it is. I think there is this verse where in Chaitanya Charitamrita where it says Dvaita Bhadra Bhadra Sakali Saman, Ei Manda Ei Bhala Sab Manodharma. It mentions that Chaitanya Charitamritakar Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying that in this material world of duality, the good and the bad is the same. There is no difference between the so-called good and the so-called bad, because it's all based on mental temporality. The temporary nature of the material world makes anything of not that importance, except that when we are engaged in the spiritual activity of chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, when we are engaged in glorifying the Lord, then it associates us with an eternal functionality that we can be engaged in, and then there is no temporary good and temporary bad divisions. It's only blissful. There is only bliss. There is nothing else. Anandam buddhi vardhanam, pratipadam purnamrita swadanam. So that is the where we get into that wonderful state, a blissful state. So thank you very much, Dindayal Prabhu. Sri Rupa Prabhu is asking, Prabhu, you mentioned that one is bound in this world by his activities. Does this include subtle activities? Yes, absolutely, Prabhu. The subtle activities are also, but subtle activities is not that much binding. It binds to a certain extent, but not as much as the gross activities. Like we can see in the example of Bharat Maharaj, that his subtle love for that fawn. What happens with the subtle activities is that at certain point of time there is a danger that it will become gross. That is because everything starts with a thought, and then the thought can become a word, thought can become an action. But there is also that there is a control that the thought we can allow the thought to just pass. So if we are doing that, if we are allowing the thought to come and go, then we are not affected by it, because it is impossible to be thoughtless. Uh, being a living entity, we have thoughts. So the thoughts will come, thought will go. So if you're not identifying with that thought, then we are not bound by it. But once we identify with that thought, that's dhyayato vishayam pumsa. So this meditation on that thought. So we give a red carpet welcome to the thought, and then that becomes the meditation of that thought. If you're doing that, then we are bound. Undoubtedly, we're bound. But if you're just allowing it to pass, just coming and going, then we are not bound. So, the example of Bharat Maharaj, as we see, where he got attached to the fawn and he became the deer in the next life. He took care of the. So, what do we see there? That he like even not only physically but even mentally and emotionally, he got so much attached, and that emotion at the time of death, he thought about the deer and he became the deer. But the greatness is because he was at such a high level of devotional service, he did not forget. So this is the greatness. So even though the subtle activities which turn into gross can bound the living entity, but because the living entity has attained a certain stage of spiritual realization, that will never go. So therefore, that's Krishna says that swalpamuktisya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. So if there is a 0.00001% of progress, the next time it will continue from that. So therefore it is stated somewhere that in the spiritual life there is only the end. So once you start, definitely there is an end. We don't know when that end is in terms of finishing that journey and going back home, back to Godhead. But there is definitely an end. One does not go back. One is always going forward. Back in the sense there might be some fall downs, but that doesn't. So Krishna says that in that Kshipram Bhavati Dharmatma apiched suduracharo bhajate mam ananya bhak sadhureva samantavyak samyak vyavastato visa. So this is valid for if we could make it valid for Ashwatthama. If Ashwatthama comes to that point where he's coming to rendering devotional service to Krishna, so even though he's durachara, because he will come to that state where he wants to bhajate mam ananya bhak, he wants to render loving devotional service to Krishna in a constant way, then sadhureva samantavyak samyak vyavastito hisa. So Krishna says that I consider him sadhu. Why? Because kshipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat shantim nigacchati kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashati. Because very soon the person, because of his association with the Lord, becomes. So Srila Prabhupada gives the example that if the iron is in fire, the iron gets the properties of the fire. It becomes fire-like. Similarly, when the living entity is trying to associate with the Lord, the living entity gets the qualities of the Lord, and then very soon it becomes dharmatma. Krishna says, the great religious person, and then sadhureva apiched suduracharo sadhureva samantavyak samyak kshipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat shantim nigacchati. So he gains eternal peace. Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. So I guarantee this, Arjuna. You guarantee on my behalf, Arjuna, that my devotee shall never be vanquished. Yes, Prabhu. So subtle activities until the point, the subtle is the mind, the thoughts. So if we identify with the thought and we make it gross, then we are bound. But if we just allow it to pass, then we are not bound, because thoughts are always there. The living entity has thoughts. Otherwise, the living entity has only transcendental thoughts. Then the living entity is liberated. But being in the material conditioned state, unfortunately, the conditioned thoughts are there. So if we don't identify with it, then we are not bound by it. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hope I was a little bit okay in terms of answering, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Okay. If there is nothing else, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. So if there's anything that is wrong, please forgive me, and I hope to serve in whatever possible way I can. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.